Hello, my name is Richard Class. I'm your instructor for the Strategy Planning session, SWOT Analysis 1.2. This is the last of 3 presentations covering this environmental assessment methodology. Since each of these 3 sessions build upon each other, I hope you viewed SWOT session 1.0 that covered how to use the SWOT analysis correctly, how to identify mistakes in SWOT statement development, and how to best articulate SWOT statements so they make sense. Importantly, SWOT Session 1.1 advances strategists' understanding of the methodologies used to screen SWOT statements so they are germane to strategy development activities. The learning objectives of this presentation encompass showing you how SWOT analysis is used as a foundation for developing winning strategies. Another objective of this session is helping you to avoid several prevalent and preventable pitfalls in strategy development. At the end of the presentation, you will see illustrations of how to present strategies with alignment to organizational objectives. Please understand, however, the process of objective development for strategic planning is covered in a different lesson. The most important thing to remember about the application of SWOT is that strategies are always developed based upon external environmental factors that are, of course, external opportunities and external threats. Strategies addressing external opportunities that are buttressed by internal strengths have more chance of success than when they have no existing supporting organizational capabilities. But strategies that are not supported by internal strengths should not be dismissed out of hand. This is because organizations can dedicate resources and build capabilities as necessary. Switching focus, strategies addressing external threats are most helpful if they mitigate existing internal weaknesses. But mitigating weaknesses is not a prerequisite for implementing aggressive actions to ameliorate a threat that may do harm to the enterprise. Strategists must often educate their constituencies on implementing proper strategic planning methods. They will often run into misconceptions and weak methodologies learned over time from various sources. One widely held misconception is that fixing internal weaknesses is strategic. It is not uncommon to come across situations where an internal weakness is miscategorized as an opportunity, and an executive wants to build a strategy to fix the issue. I want you to think about a company that made horse-drawn carriages and buggy whips. This company developed strategies around the internal weaknesses relating to poor customer service, outdated equipment, and elevators that didn't work. Fixing these problems did not save them from the automobile that put them out of business. The same idea holds true for many more modern-day companies that focused on fixing internal issues rather than developing strategies addressing external opportunities and threats. Just to name a few, adding machines were replaced by electronic calculators. Typewriters have been replaced by printers attached to computers, and film cameras have been replaced by digital cameras. A primary emphasis of building strategies off objectives established by an organization's executives or board of directors leads to suboptimal results. You may find some strategic plans state an objective and then list various strategies to achieve that objective. This mistake results in ignoring the opportunities and threats in the marketplace, and often results in activities focused on fixing internal weaknesses. I've seen some cases where the SWOT analysis was completed, put aside like it doesn't exist, and then replaced by a list of objectives that served as the guiding document for strategy development. Invariably, strategy development based on a SWOT assessment will address most organizational objectives. In fact, you will see later in this presentation that strategies will often impact multiple objectives. And in the event strategies emanating from the SWOT assessment do not address a specific objective, executives can develop related initiatives to meet a specific requirement. As a general rule, entity leadership looks for strategies that meet existing organizational objectives, are within the mission of the enterprise, or make progress towards achieving the vision they set as an ultimate goal that all employees are working in unison to achieve. Easy to implement strategies are great. Further, executives want to understand any related risk versus reward trade-offs associated with a course of action. A watch out for all strategists is that opportunity and strategy filters are fraught with peril. For example, it is a mistake to jettison potential opportunities out of hand because they are not currently within the parameters of an entity's mission or vision, or have no relationship to existing objectives. Without an open mind, executives risk missing out on opportunities to turn big profits, reshape the organization to meet the operating environment of the future, or create blue ocean strategies that will set it apart from competitors for years to come. As a side note, blue ocean strategies create uncontested market spaces that unlock previously unrecognized demand and build barriers to market entry that makes competition irrelevant. You can learn more about creating blue ocean strategies by researching the works of W. Cheng Kim. Let me now provide you with some examples of where company leadership missed the boat because of misreading external environmental change and strategy development myopia. As mentioned in the book Strategic Planning in the Real World, the company Blockbuster fell into the mission and/or into the vision trap. Blockbuster was a national chain of brick-and-mortar video rental outlets. They had the opportunity of acquiring Netflix. Blockbuster passed on this opportunity, missing out on the concept consumers would much prefer the benefit of online ordering and eventually streaming of video content. Blockbuster is now out of business, and Netflix has a market capitalization value of over $155 billion. This estimate is notwithstanding the fact market capitalization value fluctuates with a stock selling price. So Netflix market cap rate may be more or less than $155 billion, depending upon when you view this presentation. Another well-known mission and/or vision trap beset international business machines, better known as IBM. IBM viewed themselves as a mainframe computer manufacturer and later recognized the market movement to desktop computing. IBM missed out on the opportunity of acquiring Microsoft. At the time, IBM did not recognize themselves as a developer of operating systems or software. Microsoft has a market capitalization value of over $780 billion. By comparison, IBM's market capitalization value is about $134 billion. The following slides pull together how SWOT analysis supports strategy development. I want you to view an example strategy statement based upon an external opportunity. Consider an interior design firm that found out 50,000 new homes were soon to be constructed on previously undeveloped land in a nearby city, Buttonville. Recognizing this opportunity, company leadership decided a key strategy was opening a new store in the heart of Buttonville's town center. This strategy was built on several internal strengths. Most notably, they had many great design professionals on staff. The organization was well known for high-quality service, and they had strong personal relationships with several builders that would allow them to decorate the model homes they were constructing. You will note that this strategy addressed the company objectives of growing revenues by 3%, entering 2 new markets per year, and creating advancement opportunities for designers to take on managerial roles. I'm now going to turn your attention to a defensive strategy. A defensive strategy addresses an external threat. In this case, a large chain of retail establishments is certain the United States government was going to levy tariffs on select Chinese imported goods, thus raising the cost of goods they resell to their customers. The company strategically decided they needed to expand their supply chain options, most notably in other low-cost producing regions of the world. This new strategy addressed the internal weakness that China was currently their exclusive import partner, and they employed few procurement professionals. So tactically, the company knew they needed to find experts to source goods in countries like India. SWOT analysis will definitely not identify every strategy an organization should pursue. Therefore, a fitting exercise is to brainstorm potential strategies that could materially impact revenues, address objectives outlined by organizational stakeholders, or improve the competitive position of the enterprise. You've now completed Strategic Planning Learning Session SWOT Analysis 1.2. I hope you've enjoyed all 3 presentations and employ the key concepts in your efforts to develop great strategies. There's a lot more to digest on the art of strategic planning beyond SWOT analysis. Strategic Planning in the Real World is a book that augments this series of audiovisual presentations on SWOT analysis. It also provides you with the information you need to continue developing your related knowledge and skills. The text is a step-by-step guide to the strategic planning process. It blends consultant and thought leader best practices with theory. It also uses the input from over 300 top executives to give you winning insights. Uniquely, the book provides plug-and-play data collection techniques, presentation formats, and work plans to achieve optimal process results. Most importantly, strategic planning in the real world quickly and concisely answers the questions strategists and key stakeholders must know. You can acquire Strategic Planning in the Real World from Amazon.com for a retail price of $49. However, as a special offer for viewers of this audiovisual presentation, you can go to richardclass.com, enter the promotion code of ClassBook25 to receive a 50% discount. Thank you for your time and attention, and please look forward to other presentations on strategic planning.